How's it going, everybody? I'm Marky coming at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Poe Dameron, Volume 5, The Spark and the Fire, the final volume of the Poe Dameron comic series. Can it stick the landing? Let's find out. So this volume is a little bit strange. It's not all a flashback, but it mostly takes place after Episode 8 aboard the Millennium Falcon. Poe and Ray and Finn, they're all sitting around the table on the Millennium Falcon, really meeting each other for the first time. Although there is that awkward scene in Rise of Skywalker, right? Where they're all meeting, but whatever. And so they're just recounting their tales of like what's happened to them thus far. Like the first issue in the volume focuses on Poe Dameron and how he escaped from Jakku, right? Which I guess is a story worth telling, right? How did he escape? Well, you're gonna have to read to find out. And then there's like another story here where Tem and Wexley and his wife, they go on a recon mission to Starkiller Base, and that's how they find out like the weakness of the base. It's a pretty good story. There's some tension there. The newlyweds here, right? Of course, but you get no sense that they were married in the movie. But us, we know, right? That's why we read this expanded material to get that expanded context, huh? And then for like our final like recap tie-in here story, we got like these two POVs, but we don't know who they are. You got one orange box talking and one blue box talking, and it turns out that it's BB-8 telling R2-D2 all the stuff that he missed while he was deactivated, waiting for Luke or whatever. And it was pretty clever storytelling there by Charles Soule. I didn't expect it. Kind of a fun moment in this volume. But the rest of the trade focuses on Black Squadron and where were they during Episode 8, because they were nowhere to be found. Right? These are the J.J. Abrams actors. So Ryan Johnson, I guess, didn't see the need to bring them in for Episode 8, but they do show up in 7 and 9, the J.J. movies, right? So anyway, Princess Leia, because the Resistance is whittled down to like 12 people in the Millennium Falcon, she sends Black Squadron on a mission to go rally some troops. Look, go from planet to planet, say, hey, we need aid, join the fight. And so Temin, he becomes like the leader of Black Squadron, and he's leading them all to these planets. And the first planet they go to, they get duped by like the king of the planet to help the king save his throne. And they think that, oh, if we help the king save his throne, that he'll join the resistance. Well, they're wrong. The first mission failed, a big fat 0 for Temin, and so they have to go on to the next planet. And this story is sort of framed again by like Jessica Pavic telling a story, because they C-3PO and his droid network of spies, they get like a message from Jessica, and it's not looking good. Like Black Squadron is going to be defeated. So Poe, he's on the Millennium Falcon. He's watching back this video replay as Jessica recounts the mission that she's currently on the second planet that Black Squadron goes to. And of course, when Black Squadron gets there, the First Order is there already, because after the attack on Hosnian Prime, where Starkiller Base blew up, the capital of the New Republic, the war is officially on. First Order ships, they're out of First Order space, they're attacking New Republic planets, and Black Squadron just happens to arrive at this planet right when they need aid. And so, but the thing here on this planet is their defenses are down, but Jessica, she knows how to get them going again, but she has to, get through the shield that's protecting the city. And the reason why the weapons aren't working is because First Order sympathizers has shut them down. So, that's like the big drama of this issue. So anyway, Jessica, she gets down there, but she crash lands, and her and Sir Linda, the blue avatar lady, they eventually get the guns to work, and they start taking out the First Order. But of course, Poe, he has to go to Leia, and he's like, Leia, you gotta let me go save my squad mates. They're important to the First Order. But Leia's all like, are they though? I mean, they're just 4 pilots, I can't risk the people we have here to go save them, or else the First Order will be wiped out, entirely. But Poe eventually convinces her, Poe goes, and right when his pilots need him the most, he shows up and he starts taking out some TIE fighters and stuff, and it's like a big reunion here. And yeah, so Jessica gets the weapon systems back on. They defeat the First Order, and of course the planet says they're gonna help out with the Resistance and join, and that's all well and good. Yeah, this like I said, this volume was like a lot of like recapping like what happened in The Force Awakens, what happened in The Last Jedi from different POVs, and but it was like, kind of cool, seeing Poe, Rey, and Finn, meet up here on the Millennium Falcon. That was one of the big complaints about the sequel trilogy, how like the main characters never really meet. So JJ addresses it in Rise of Skywalker where they have that awkward scene where it's like, "Oh, nice to meet you" or whatever. Rise of Skywalker just sucks, but what are you gonna do? Uh, Again, Jessica Pavic really stands out in this volume. I feel like if Disney wanted to do like a new series of X-wing novels, post Rise of Skywalker, I feel like she could really be like the lead character. I know they're always looking for that female lead because after all, the Force is female. I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone here with Jessica if she survives. I don't even remember. I know Temmin dies in Rise of Skywalker, but I don't remember Jessica's status. But yeah, throughout like the post series, she's like been the character who's been like most impressive to me, the standout character. Her and Sura Linda here, and Sura Linda has like a great moment in this volume where she does the venom spit and like burns off a whole bunch of people's faces. Pretty cool. So yeah, if Disney wanted to continue, like even this story, right? Because this is it. Poe's done, and I believe there's like a year between episode 8 and episode 9. So if like Marvel and Disney want to do like a 12-issue maxi series to sort of finish this out, I wouldn't mind it. I'd read it because as it stands, T-Rex, he's still out there. In the beginning, I was complaining that he was just like a throwaway villain for Poe to defeat along the way, but he never gets defeated. He's still out there. So I think like a 12-issue like maxi series or whatever, Poe Dameron, Black Squadron, in between episodes 8 and 9. Maybe they really, defeat T-Rex or whatever for good. I feel like that could be like a good thing, but again, I don't know how well these issues sold, and money is everything's about money, right? So, but of course, everything comes down to money. So who knows if Disney or Marvel would be willing to do it, or if Charles Soule would want to come back to write it. I know he's moved on to other stuff, and so I'd like to see it at this point, but I doubt it's gonna happen, right? That being said, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give Poe Dameron Volume 5, The Spark and the Fire, just a 3 out of 5. I mean, sure, the recaps are cool and learning like little in between stories about what happened in the movies was all fine, but I gotta penalize it because half of it was recaps, and you know, it kind of hurt the story, and the fact that there was like no real payoff with T-Rex or anything like that. Because at the end of Volume 4, it seems like they're gonna set it up for like one big battle. He's free, he's got his mind back, and I was expecting him here, but that's not the case. So he's just still out there, and that's a loose thread. Hopefully one day he'll get tied, huh? But yeah, like I said, 3 out of 5 here. Storytelling was all right. The art was good. No complaints. And until next time, I'll see you there.